Hello everyone, welcome to the Herbal Book Club. This is episode 39 of a Weedwife remedy. We have very little left of the book, so we are in the process of trying to find another book, and this book was suggested, but I realized that they're not all herbalists, but also probably not. See if anybody pops on today. So if anybody has any suggestions for our next book, please let me know. I would love to hear them. Get a little bit more comfortable. Our choices are the Winter Sisters, which is a novel, Clan of the Cave Bear, The Witch Doctor's Apprentice, A Sandy County Almanac, Conversation with Nature, The Path Back to Conversation with Plants, The Path Back to Nature, Secret Medicines of Your Garden, Plants for Healing, Spirituality, and Magic. And I think I'm going to take Writing Wild off because it's not cool. Not what I think fits the criteria. So yeah. But I'm going to read some of this. I don't know. I feel bad finishing the book when no one's here. So yeah. I guess I'll post that we're live. Okay. So this is Women, Poets, Ramblers, and Mavericks Who Shape How We See the Natural World, and it's Writing Wild. And I'm going to read someone who I know is an herbal person. Well, actually, no. I don't know. We're just going to dive in. I mean, I should just read our book and finish it, even though there's no one here. I mean, somebody watches the replays, so... Alright, we'll do that. I'm just sad. No, I've been trying to... Ever since I had to change the time and a couple million times, and every time I have to change the day, and I don't know. So I feel like it's just... I feel like it's dead every time. Like... And then I get upset. And I YouTube complain and bitch. And sigh. Alright, well, I'm going to stall. I'm going to stall a little bit more. We will read something from Writing Wild. And it's by Catherine Aletto. Cannot even pronounce that name. Okay. This is the introduction. When I was a child, I ran away from home a lot. Over my shoulder, I slung a knapsack fashioned from a red handkerchief pulled from my costume trunk of gowns, hats, and heels. Before spearing it with a almond tree branch, I filled that pack with provisions: my toothbrush, a box of raisins, my small silk blanket, a bread pilfered from the kitchen when my mom wasn't looking. This is goodbye, I would lip whisper to my parents. Okay, honey, they'd say, watching 5-year-old me flounce out the back door, 1940s earrings clipped to my ears, mangy fur stole around my neck, and into the cornfields and peach orchards of our home on Lemon Avenue. Hi, Heather! You made it! I was stalling. I was reading from this. I think this is the book you suggested at some point. Yeah. I thought the date was August 12th. I know! I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It was my fault. And yes, I'm sorry. So I guess I can only blame myself that no one showed up. I tried to correct it by posting earlier, but all right, I apologize. I apologize to everyone who didn't show up. Yeah, I did that post with my live reading post, so that was in August. I don't know, but anyway. Well, we're at the end of the book. So let's do it. Let's finish this. All right. I have it. Do you like it? Well, I just read a little bit of it right now. I think it's real good. I think it'll be better for like maybe the Stories from the Earth podcast, because I realized that like they're not all herbalists. So I don't know. I mean, I guess what do you think? Oh, you were thinking you would want the Winter Sisters, right? And I think that would be a good idea. But it's really like 3 of us deciding, you, me, and Christy, because no one else is being active. Whereas I thought it was Tuesday just now. Thursday. Yeah, it's okay. Tuesday is the same as Thursday. I mean, when you don't, like, I only know what day it is because I'm working. So, yeah. But, so we've got some choices of the next book, but let's finish this one, and then I guess we could chat about that, the next one, and see. I found out that the Winter Sisters has a Audible book, which is great. So, and a Kindle for $2.99. So that's good. But yeah, it's just the three of us deciding on the book. So there's some choices, but I don't know. I think a story would be good. We need like some sort of. I think we need a break from some of this more studious stuff. Winter Sisters would be good. Yeah. Well, we have to ask Christy because she mentioned a few other books. So and then I guess we'll have our drawing between you two, and someone will win it. That's how it goes, unless other people show up for that. So, but currently we're a book club of 3. All right, so I think I got to page 182, and of our book. So the path turning to return. Turning to return. That's a crazy. Here's a quote: "Freedom is a heavy load, a great and strange burden for the spirit to undertake. It is not easy. It is not a gift given, but a choice made, and the choice may be a hard one." So that's Ursula Le Guin from the Tombs of Atun. I so often hear the phrase, "I had no choice," when people change their lives for the better or for worse. The truth is, we always have a choice, whether the choice is painful as a bone-breaking shape-shifting, or as simple as waking up to your own skin, once and for all. My decade-and-a-half pursuit of herbal clinical/technical excellence at the cost of my own satisfaction was just as much a choice as my decision to recess and return to the work of my heart. We each have the option to stop at any moment to consider the consequences of our choices, and if we don't like what we see, to change. And that's sometimes harder said than done, and sometimes you need to change, but other circumstances are sort of keeping you where you are. But of course, we have a tie. I think you could skip the giveaway, put the money towards your house fund. Aww. Well, on the plus side, the book, I think, well, you have, page number, sorry, 182. You have the book already, so it's just us. And it is $16.89 for the paperback, so not too pricey. That's on Amazon. That's new. I haven't looked at the other one. So and I read a little bit of it at the bookstore. It came out 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So yeah, page 182. Yeah. Last paragraph. Did you find your book? I think what she was like very caught up in the thing that like we get caught up with is like the money making, the pushing ourselves, the kind of this thing we have where we're not like in this country, this idea. So that's what I think she was. And she was just, that wasn't good for her. Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to realize you're on the wrong road. Especially if it goes against the grains of kind of what society might want. So, I mean, I think a lot of us are in that situation where what's best for us does go against the grains of what society might want. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Oh, you found your book. Oh, good. My partner Wolf has long been reminding me of my true calling, especially when he's seen me pacing with frustration over my imperfections, exaggerated limitations, and what I imagine to be a lack of effectiveness. It was he who repeatedly explained to me the true meaning of the word responsibility, the ability to respond. That's cool. And it was he who insistently pointed out that I was not trapped in a little box I made for myself and my work, that I had the ability to respond by stepping out, reconsidering possibilities, and broadening my way of looking at the role of healer. Cool. Choosing to resume that role in a larger and more personal way, bringing to it new insight, knowledge, and experience. So that's interesting. Role of the healer. If I had a discussion question, it would be that one. Just sort of delving into like what that is and what that, what everyone thinks that is, and like, or what everyone thinks that maybe isn't. I really haven't thought about it. So, but that's an interesting like thought. What a healer does, and I think we forgot that we could change. I think we forget that we can change. Yeah. And sometimes we don't know, like, in what way. Like, it's like such a, like, you get into a pattern, but it's like, it's like if something doesn't sort of shake you up or show you maybe how to do the change as well, you sort of don't know how to go. Like, be it like sometimes I guess in the tarot it's like almost, it could be like the Tower card, where like you have this event that happens and then you are able to make these changes. But that's a way you're kind of forced to do it. I think it does happen like that. Like when I got sick, I was forced to make changes, which if I don't sort of stay with the changes, if I like slip back in to the old patterns, I sort of, everything kind of goes sideways. And then sometimes it does anyway, but that's the nature of chronic illness. But yeah. And nothing really stays the same. Everything changes, even though sometimes it feels like it just stays the same forever. Like it's going to be the same way forever, but everything changes every day. But it's easy to just sort of get in a rut, especially when you like go to work and do the same thing, and you're just wearing a different t-shirt or something. Trial and error. Oh yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah. See what works, see what doesn't. I think that also we don't give ourselves permission to do that. But sometimes also we don't have the luxury. But there's no harm, and also the internet, things like YouTube let us explore these things, these subjects that we might not have otherwise been able to do, like tarot, because there's like 5 million tarot videos. And before, when I was trying to learn the tarot like years ago in college, that was pre YouTube, so I couldn't just be like, register tarot, how did you do it? And I was just like, how do I find out this information? Where do I look? And then so that's where it sort of ended, because I didn't know, and I don't know. I guess I could have gotten a book, but still, like, yeah. So these things are good to keep in mind. So I'm on page 183. The years past have been rife with shifts, painful realizations, and transformations for me. These recent steps seem to be the final ones in closing a long circle. Even as I continue in this never-ending spiral journey, it took me until now to understand deep in my bones just how important it is that I act wholly from my full and authentic self. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's good for your health too. So the more you can do what you love to do and feel like you're doing whatever it is that feel like you are supposed to do, want to do, just, whether it's like, if you work a job you hate for like, I don't know, my friend at work, she was like, oh, I wanted to do a job I love. And I'm like, well, me too. She's like 20 years younger than me. So I'm like, oh, I've been doing that for 20 years and it gets a little old. And sometimes you wonder, is it going to happen? And then you're like, how do I do this? How do I get from that point to that point? And then, then sometimes the ideas you've had, they come together. But yeah, I'm very rambling, sleepy today, guys. Sorry, Heather. My thoughts are just not happening. Anyway, it does feel sometimes like, is it gonna happen? How do I do it? I know sort of what I want to do, and how do I do it? But one day. Okay, now everyone, please give me money for my podcast, The Stories for the Earth. Like and subscribe to this video, please. And watch it all the time. Okay, all right. Oh. I stopped halfway through that sentence. So even if it means I sacrifice something in the process, I may reach fewer people by being unflinchingly me in all my strange and wild ways, but I will have more depth and authenticity to those that I work with. All of this exploration has shown me that what I really am, as much as it has taught me what I am not. Acting my roles as an enchanter, plant artist, folklorist, and healer, while facilitating shifts in the herbal culture through my passion, work, community building. It's what makes me feel most at home in myself. It is the greatest healing that I could personally ever offer. Oh, ditto. Yes, I can and do still work as an herbal clinician, and I love treating people with the plants. But I realized not that it's only one small piece of my larger mission. Breaking out of a limiting and imaginary paradigm has taught me that healing can happen just as effectively through a weed walk, a night spent on wild land, a heart-to-heart talk, or a gift of wood stove simmered soup as through a dropperful of tincture. None replace the other, and taking a multi-tiered approach to healing can allow us to be maximally powerful in our work. Yeah, so as we've often talked, that it's just not about like the taking of the medicine. There's other things that are medicine. Like I do a lot of things for my health that aren't like it's just a tincture taking. Oh, Heather, did I tell you I got roller skates? So speaking of roller skates, my friend Heather at work got roller skates, and she asked me to go skating with her. So I'm like, I gotta get roller skates. So that is, I haven't tried them on. They're in a box, and there are pink and sparkly, guys. Okay, so that's for my health. Like hanging out, doing something fun, like that is important. Not just all this work, or even like things like yoga and running and all that stuff. It's like work. So so play is important. So there's so many more things. Going to get tea with a friend for me would be that before the pandemic would be another example. Heather, do you have any things that you would not traditionally look like maybe like a healing or medicine, but that is for you? And then anyone else, if you're watching the replay and you want to answer, please leave that in the comments. I'd love to know. It's very, very important to talk about that stuff, especially in our culture. Just sees medicine as pills, which pills are very important. Yikes! What, do the roller skate? Never replace the other, and taking a multi-tiered approach. This is obvious from written down, but can be much less so in practice, especially when we are taking the steps to create an herbal business. At the heart of this discussion is raw reality and the insight and experience needed to know what must call to us, what most calls to us, and the ways in which we best embody and act from our own magic and indeed our own medicine. I haven't been on skates since I was a preteen. Yeah, I haven't been on skates for probably about 5, 6, 9 years. Where we used to live, we lived in the coast for a couple of years, and there was a skating ring that had opened, a very short-lived skating ring. So we went and then skated, and it was great. And then they closed because they advertised hours and they weren't there, and they could have done really good because like where we were, there wasn't a lot of stuff to do. So, but yeah, I got some skates, roller skates. I'll have to send you a picture of them, Heather. I have to get like helmet and pads and stuff. So, and we have a really cool little graveyard that we just took a walk in a couple weeks ago, and we just discovered it basically, and I think it'd be like perfect for skating. And then my friend Heather goes somewhere else to skate. Apparently skating is the big thing now, so who knew? There's lots I think of what would be healing, but I need to act upon my ideas. Ooh, we get some ideas stirring. Go for it. Yeah. I've actually done a few of my ideas. I think every time I make a video, I act on an idea. My computer is super slow. It's driving me crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I like being all funny? Well, there's just you and me, so. Do they have unicorn horns? Unfortunately not. You know what I'd like if they had little wings on them? Oh my gosh. But that might be difficult for the skating. That'd be cool. No. Let me put in the link, okay? Yeah. So you can, ooh, they got some new ones. Oh, they got a purple. Oh, God, they're. These are like $2.29. Okay. Anyway. It's a brand new laptop? A skater bubble, yeah. I wonder why. Hello! Hello! Yes, hello, Christy. Hello. Welcome. I'm sorry I posted the wrong day. We're talking about roller skates. I got some. I'm getting skates. Well, I have skates. Let's see. I can do this. I can share my. I haven't done this in a while. Share my screen. Chrome tab. Oh crap. Okay. There we go. No. Wait. Okay. That's what it looks like. Those are the skates. I'm behind in chat, must refresh. No, not funny, but my answers are very slow at appearing. Maybe it's your internet, or Heather, have you had this issue before today? Yeah, thank you. Yes, we were chatting, and I haven't skated in a long time, and anyway, my friend got skates, and she was like, "You want to go roller skating?" And I'm like, "Holy, yes, I do." So I was like, "This is a good idea." All right. So, oh, okay, that's how you make it bigger. Yeah, they're like $200. I'm still behind. Yeah. Why did I get ahead? We're just chatting about skates. I am concerned about this new laptop, though. You might have to have it checked out. So Starless, we were, well, let me go ahead and try to finish this. Well, we actually have a lot more to go. This is going to be a three-parter. They're cute skates. Aw, thanks. Yeah, they're all sparkly. And I had a hard time. I have wide feet, so this brand has like good for wider feet. So I'll let you know. I haven't tried them on yet. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a third one on this book, which is fine. I mean, of course, now everyone's here. You know, but it's late. And I've got like, well, I can do a little more. Let's do a little more. We're on page 184, and then we can talk. I will next week. Get a laptop like that. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to continue on, and then we're going to talk about the next book. Because I think it's just between us three, since we are the only guys really active right now, and no one else is trying. Okay, anyway. So this is page 184, My Magic Mantle, Reclaiming Magic and Medicine. And she's got a quote from Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your wild and precious life? So that's a good one. That's a really good quote. I plan on making a roller skate. I'm doing lots of roller skating. $200 for skates is a bit crazy. It is. It's an investment. I don't buy a lot of stuff like that. So, and I get a bonus at work every quarter. So it's like $600 bonus, which is very nice. So yeah, and I still have to buy the helmet and pads and elbow pads and knee pads, so it's a little, it's actually going to be a little over than that. But if it works out, I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be really great, and they're a good brand, so I wanted to get a good pair of skates. Yeah, bonus. I know. I'm thankful to have that. I'm thankful they're able to give that. So, of course, I'd love to get paid just to teach a bit more, but not going to quibble. Before the pandemic, this job I was doing was a $12 an hour job, and then we got like $4 hazard pay for a long time, $4 extra, which is really good. And then they decided to raise everybody to 15 at my level, which is competitive with what a lot of places are doing now. I still wish I had been able to stay at like 16 or 17, but you know, but still good, and I'm really glad I got there at like the right time. So, and they gave us so much hazard pay for such a long time. It was really nice. Yeah, and that's like probably the most money I've made in ever. Yeah, 15 is good. I would love 20, but 15 is real great. So, I mean, we work real hard. So, yeah. But I know that businesses need to even raise them more. That I'm thankful for them not going all the way down. And anyway, so yes, I am thankful for that. And it's hard to work full time, but like it does allow for things that we need to do. We need the money for. So not just roller skates, but really just roller skates. So. In so many 184. In so many ways, I already was what I most wanted, but my insecurity drove me to attempt to reform myself into the shapes that I craved and ca- craved and felt would make me more whole, more helpful, more pleasant. I don't regret the process as it taught me much about myself and my craft, but I am both relieved and pleased to be heading back down my own path. I return not only to pick up where I left off, but to infuse this revival with a newfound understanding of the relevance and importance of approaching healing from the ground up, from a body and experience-based knowledge rather than just the analysis of the intellect. So that is really important. It's a mind-body thing, a lot of things, and we often forget about the body. Just think about the brain. The body's doing something, and they each inform each other. Months of intense blocks on how to proceed with writing, organizing, and crafting have suddenly come to clear focus with this realization. Clients and students are much easier to work with now that I have a better sense of my own vision, limitations, and gifts. I am back to being able to intensely feel about subjects that matter to me, and I am opinionated, and my opinionated comebacks are once again easily invoked by the teasing of my family and friends. Best yet, I can see this spiral path ahead of me, not necessarily to its end, but enough that I know where I belong, enough that I know I'm home, and more than enough to redouble my efforts in supporting my students and peers in the work of seeking out their medicine and embodying it to its fullest. That sounds awesome. That's one of the things I really like about this book is that she talked about her experiences. Her practice is feral and multifaceted, and any attempt to pin it down or lock it inside four walls has resulted in a lessening of its power and potential. I'm not a creature of cultivated areas. As much as I love lush gardens and the abundance of organic farms, my heart belongs to the deep groves of the wildwood, to the feral spaces of empty lots and alleyways, the pathless expanses of the mountain wetlands and high elevation forests. Wherever the local fauna and fauna run free across open earth is where my spirit can grow deep roots. I value diversity, freedom, and the untamed touch of the wild earth above all else, and I forever find myself seeking out the weedy patches of my friends' gardens, of the shadowy sections of parks that have fallen into disrepair. So guys, do you feel like you are you more of a person who likes, I think of a question here. I know it's in here. Where do you guys feel like you thrive more? Like, in the places that she is describing, or like a different place. You're speaking like planty, herbally, you know, I like just the, I guess, the semi-wild. The edges of the woods. I like that. Not too deeply in. I feel at home nowhere so much as a forested mesa where I can easily find the tracks of lions and wolves among the sage or aspens. My medicine is rooted in an unkept magic and wildness, and my love is reflected in the plants that spring from the same soil as I. Or I guess a better question is, like, in the planty world, where do you feel more at home? What do you feel inspires your herbalism or your, like, place-wise? And I think I've asked this question before. I think she's coming back to it from a slightly different angle. I love wild and garden. My whole garden is a weedy patch right now. I bet it's still awesome, Heather. I even just like walking down the road in my neighborhood. But like even just like driving out to the city, outside of the city, and like you get to that more not as built up spaces, and you're just like, this is nice. So I haven't had like the opportunity to sort of explore that in some time, because I don't, we have a balcony and that's it. I like anywhere but I can be alone with nature. Yeah. I love all new stuff coming up because mine got squished by the rains here. Oh no! Oh, you have all new stuff coming up. It really never freezes much here. So is that good that you have new stuff? I guess it's a little of both. Sad that like it got rained out, but good that things are coming back up. Did you guys get a lot of rain? We had a bunch of rain. So yeah. Our last winter was terrible. Yes, looking forward to having some salad greens. Yay! I really wanted to, and I really wanted to plant some like tomatoes, and like I have a big pot, and try to grow them. But I think maybe next year. I'm like, I want to learn how to, grow more stuff besides like having a pot of comfrey out there. Sorry about the rains. It's good you have such a long growing season. Yeah, I guess that is a plus. Oh. I stand at the edge of the wildwood, one hand tracing the aspen's bark, the other inviting you to come deeper into the forest, into the magic and medicines that call you as your own. Oh, forgot that sentence. Okay, So this is the last like couple of bits here, and we'll be done with the book. I was gonna do it. Spiraling deeper, nightshades and wild rain. This is a quote from Samwise Gamgees from The Lord of the Rings. I feel as if I were inside a song. Yes, fresh food all year, different things grow at different times. My winter is like your summer, but with a shorter daylight length. Wow, so it does get hot. Because you're real south. Wow. We didn't have much of a winter this year. I mean, we definitely did not. And I'm hoping this year we'll have more of a winter, but I am concerned that we'll have less and less of like true winter. Hello, Life is Lynn. Welcome. New here, what's the next book? We don't know yet. So we are at the very end of this one here. Weedwife's Remedy. Summer here is usually a boiling inferno, but this year it was like a misty, rainy, humid swamp. That's interesting. Is that better? They both sound pretty crazy. I know we get misty, rainy, humid swamp over here. So Life is Lynn, if you have any suggestions for the next book, or we also have a Facebook group, which the link should be in the description. No, it killed my garden twice. Okay, that does not sound good. And we have some options. I think that we are deciding on this book called The Winter Sisters. So we can have that, have a discussion now. And then here's a link from the Amazon. I mean, it's probably on like other places. So that's the. Okay. Yes, awesome. Did you? We have a whole bunch of episodes. We're on episode 39 of this book, and so if you want, please, you're welcome. It's on a playlist on a Herbal Book Club playlist on my channel, and we have that one, and we have Healing Wise by Susan Weed. So that will definitely keep you busy. And let's see. So we can, let's, since it's late, next time let's finish the book. So we won't finish it this time, but I don't know, we can do some sort of like wrap up. I'll have to dig deep for that, so I think I'll make some questions and post them in the Facebook group, and then we can all see if we can answer them. Cool. Well, welcome. I'm so glad. I will definitely approve you. And let's have a little discussion about the book, the next book. So we've got Winter Sisters, A Clan of the Cave Bear, The Witch Doctor's Apprentice, a Sand County Almanac, Conversations with Plants, The Path Back to Nature, and Secret Medicines from Your Garden, Plants for Healing and Spirituality and Magic. And I was thinking, and those are all on the Facebook group, but I was thinking that it might be good to do a storybook this time. So what does everybody think? Or do you guys need more time to check out all those books on the poll? What about the one I sent you? Oh yeah, so that's this one. I decided to get it. It's good, but like I realized that it wasn't all like herbal people. Herbal, it's talking about nature, but it's not all like about herbs. And I thought that like I like that one better. I ordered it. Wait, you got this one? I remember reading The Secret Therapy of Trees and love it. Not necessarily herbal, but definitely nature healing. I mean, we don't have. Oh yeah, okay. Well, we don't have to stay specifically on there. I mean, like nature is herbal, so we could go off subject. So we could do this, and that one sounds very interesting, Lynn. I love the idea of. I love trees. I typed that in wrong. So I might, but we can do it both because I actually did this one on the podcast. So we actually did this one on the podcast, and I just repeated myself, didn't I? I should put a link on all of these to that episode. I don't even know if I linked it in the group, our book club group. So it doesn't matter. We can do it both places. Just gonna look up GR. Secret Therapy of Trees. Ooh. It's got an Audible. Nice. That's cool. There's so many books. Like I literally have like a Herbal Book Club, Herbal Books podcast like section. I just brought it here. It just brought me here. That's why I mentioned it. I really want to read Herbal ones and make okay. Planet of the Cave Bear is really fun. Tons of stuff about herbs all throughout the series. Thing is, there's 6 books. Yeah, we can't do 6 books. We'll probably do like 1. I mean, that's a whole another book club. Okay, well, I think everybody, well, what we can do and what we have done in the past is we've done a drawing where I put all the suggestions in like a little pot and then we draw one out. And that's the book we do. So it sounds like there are more suggestions and more ideas. So what do you guys think? You want to do a drawing? And we will see what book we pick next, because that's how we picked this one. I can't even remember. We had a bunch to pick from, and it does take us a while since the nature of the book club is very slow. So Lynn, we actually just go over the book together, like I read from it. So you don't need the book if you for some reason can't get the book. Usually they're not that expensive, but I wanted to sort of make it very accessible, and This book took us like almost a year to read. So it's a slow book club, but it really works. You okay with that? Okay, yeah, it works really good. And because a lot of times, like, I don't have time to read either. It's better if I can have a discussion question. Sometimes I do have discussion questions and be able to read the sections, and I really try to do that. So Clan of the okay, I'd like to read Clan of the Cave Bear on my own. It would be hard for me to follow, breaking it up into small sections. Okay, so maybe that's a no for Clan of the Care Bear. I love this show. What, the Herbal Book Club show? Okay, so we will cross out Clan of the Cave Bear. It's easier to listen to it on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you love my show. I try. Thank you. I really do. Okay, so what we will do next time, which will be, and let me look at the dates here. I haven't posted them up for August. We're doing it's the 2nd and the 4th, Thursday. So our next one would be the 12th of August. And that's what we'll do. We'll finish the book because we only have like a one page left, really. And we will do a little like review. I'll post some questions in the Facebook group. And then we will go over the book like one last time, see what everyone thought. If you might want to review if you don't have the book, you might want to review some of the older episodes. And or you can just say how you liked it and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. I might go over some of the old discussion questions. I don't know. Sometimes I was thinking of like doing like little guides, like how they have like guides to book clubs and stuff like that, and I have like all these little questions and stuff written. What brings sweetness to your life? Like I just write it on the book. A very good one. Wherever I decide to put everything. Thank you, Heather. So that's the link to the Facebook group. So yes, that sounds like a plan. And I'm excited for the new book. And if for some reason we pick it and we're like, it's not really working out, which I don't think that's going to happen. We have plenty of good choices. And we can always pick another. So, yeah, I think this is really good. There's another book similar to it, but this seems to have more of each author. And the thing that I like about it is that it has like other things they wrote. So that's really cool. So I think it's a great book. Okay, cool, awesome. So I have a plan. Is it okay to take the Clan of the Cave Bear off the poll? Well, I can also leave it on. I'll add Actually, I took this book off too. So I will add the book back on. And that forest book sounds really cool. So we can also add that one on. Secret Therapy of Trees. Yeah. Explores the relationship between plants and organisms and illustrates how to benefit from nature's positive impact on our psychological and physical well-being. That sounds like super perfect for this book club. But it's not, I guess it's not specifically an herbal book. The thing that, like, you're okay with that? Okay. The thing that's like tricky is that, like, for it to work, we have to have some things that sort of talk about the theories around herbalism. Like, besides just like this plant, it's not really a book club, but this plant is good for this specifically, although there's plenty of that when we talk about Susan Weed, and then like she has a bunch of that in there. So that's in there. But like it's also other stuff. So I don't know. But it might just be us like stepping away a little bit from some of the more of this plant is good for that into a little more I'm just talking out loud. I don't know if that's fair taking it off. Okay, I'll leave it on. But I feel like if you want to read on your own, I mean, and you're like a large part of this group, like, and then we pick it, I feel like that just it's a weird I'm not sure um, how to work that out. So because we just don't have a lot of. So I think we should ask Christy Starless Mystery what she thinks. Does she put it on there? If it's okay to take it off because of how Heather feels about it, and that's okay that Heather feels that way about it, But anyway, but I would like Heather to still participate. So, but that's just off the top of my head. This little stickier. Dang, I didn't mean to complicate this. Oh, it's okay. You were just saying how you felt. Take whatever you want off. I'm open. Okay. It's okay, Heather. That's not a problem. Okay, we'll do it. But I mean, Christy still has like there's like just she offered up like 3 books, so that's awesome. I will still participate either way. Aww. I love your mug. Oh, thank you. It's got ears in it, and it's super humongous. And it's heavy and chunky. I don't even remember where I got it. I think it's just from some store. Like, it's not. It looks handmade. Like, it looks like a pottery that someone made, but I don't think it is. But I love it too. Well, okay, we will revisit this idea about climbing the cave bear. I guess it only matters if I draw it and then draw. So it's always hard to pick a new book. Okay. So now I'm rambling. Cool. All right, guys. So we And we're going to do The Witch Doctor's Apprentice is all about herbs, even though it's in Peru, which is cool. That's cool. Usually we do like super like local, well, not local to the Eastern United States, really. Although she has some herbs from the Western part. That's where she is, which is cool. I have regularly used one of the herbs she spoke about and grew it another in my garden. Yeah, so oh, that's great. That's great. And I live, and Heather lives in a very biodiverse area, so that we could possibly grow those herbs. And it, you know, we did Susan Weed, which is super like herbs in your yard. So doing a book set in Peru, I think that's great. She brought back Sangre de Rando. Amazing. I am mispronouncing that entirely. I'm going to put your your comment on. Wait, isn't that an herb we know? Isn't that I think we've talked about it. What does it have another name? Okay. Well, it's a school night, everyone. So I have to work tomorrow. It's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and antiparasitic. That sounds amazing. Dragon's blood, that's what it is. Dragon's blood. Okay, cool. Yes. Yes. I remember that. You can even use it for cats. Oh, that's good to know, because a lot of things you can't use for cats. I know cats can't metabolize essential oils, so you have to be extremely careful. You can't use the essential oils on cats at all. But apparently dogs is more okay, but I would talk to a vet for sure. All right, so we're gonna leave it here. Thanks everyone for coming. I will post up the it's a tree sap. That's cool. I like tree saps. We'll post it the next time. Wait, what did I say? I said the 12th. Yeah, the 12th at it'd be 8:30 Eastern time, and we will do the drawing. We'll finish the book. We'll do like the review. So non-toxic to pets. Look online. Nice. That's good. And so we've got a lot of stuff to do next time. Virtual hug. Aww. Well, thank you. And so I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. If you are, if you work a regular 5-day week and you have a weekend off, or if you hope everyone has a lovely like Saturday and Sunday, even if you don't work. And yes, good night. Definitely stay hydrated. Agreed, Heather. Yes, everyone. It's hot. It's going to be like, we're going to have some days in the 90s, 88. Blah. And I might have found another book. Okay, well, just you can message me, you can post it in the poll in the Facebook group, or just post it in the Facebook group as a oh right, it's a full moon tomorrow. Yeah, let me know. We'll put it on the list if it looks like it may be good. So the Lost Apothecary. Okay. Lost Apothecary. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, we can't actually get it. Oh wait, no, sorry. Heart. I lied. No. Oh yes, no, it came out in March 2021. Oh, okay, so another storybook. Ooh. The Lost Apothecary is a subversive and intoxicating debut novel of secrets, vengeance, and the remarkable ways women can save each other despite the barrier of time. Okay. All right. Wow. We'll have to look at this more. Is the buck naked? Buck is the Aquarius from the new moon back in February. I'm not sure I understand the question, Lynn. So many books to read. I know, Heather, right? So this is the Lost Apothecary. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta go. This is super duper late. Oh, I was commenting on the full moon being a buck. LOL. I had a typo. A buck. Is that this one? Well, I don't know the answer to your question. She's saying enjoy the full moon. Oh. Oh. Yes. I know, I can see it out my shower window. And that's just, it's amazing. At night, you know. Yes, time to get some sleep. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. We will figure out what new book we're doing at some point, even if next time we don't have a book, but we'll just figure it out. So good night, everyone, and have a lovely 2 weeks, and we will, yes, we'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.